right, group one, this is your set of cards. Let's see what you have here. The Law of Reciprocity. The Otter. The Queen of Wands. The Seven of Swords. And the King of Wands. Interesting. So you have this very deep and complementary connection. All right, when you think of otters, they often hold hands to stick together, right? Like they're creatures who stick together. So I feel as though there's somebody here that you've stuck it through with the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. It's like no matter what, this person's always been around. You've always been around. There's been an energy of reciprocity, or maybe lack thereof. Maybe for some of you, you've stuck with this person and they've never really reciprocated that energy to you, because you have this Seven of Swords. So this might be a wake-up call for some of you, especially for those of you who have already been feeling this intuitively. I think there's somebody here who really compliments you. They may be very similar to you. This could be a friend, this could be a family member, this could be a romantic partner, anybody. But this person is somebody who's very close to you, and I think somebody who mirrors you a lot. And it's like you've stuck it through with this person. You've gone through the motions with this person. And maybe for some of you, you've been under this illusion that they've been reciprocating the energy that you've been giving them. All right, with the Seven of Swords. This can sometimes be about things that are unseen. This can be the energy of people who are kind of mischievous, like tricksters, people who kind of like pull the wool over our eyes, right? So this person has pulled the wool over your eyes in the sense that like they've kind of convinced you that they've been putting in as much effort as you have been. But I think for some of you, like in the recent past, you may have kind of had a little bit of a feeling that this person may not be as invested as you are into this connection, or you may have kind of felt like there's something below the surface that's not being discussed with the Seven of Swords. This is all about a lack of trust, you know, not trusting somebody's trust being broken. All right, somebody could have made a very rash decision here, and I'm hearing I would never do that to you. Somebody maybe made a very quick decision. All right. Now, what I'm picking up here is that this decision is something that was maybe hidden. It was maybe lied about. This could be somebody who stole from you. This could be somebody who cheated. This could be somebody who just wasn't as wasn't as invested in the connection as you. Okay, somebody had pulled the wool over your eyes. I'm hearing this person talk the talk, but they didn't walk the walk. Like this person was always saying, oh, I'm gonna come around, I'm gonna make you mine, I'm gonna make this relationship work, I'm gonna finish that project for you. It's a lot of talk and not a whole lot of action. It's like there's a lot of words that are never followed through with action. So I think some of you guys are coming to the conclusion that somebody here does not abide to their word this week, or somebody's just like not really, somebody doesn't stick to their word. All right, the law of reciprocity. There's an energy that's not being reciprocated here. There's a promise that's not being reciprocated. And I think for some of you, you may not be expecting this, or you may not have expected this. But I feel as though, like, with this situation, I think it's being cleared this week because you're raising your awareness to it. Notice how the otter's standing up. Like, he's not laying down. He's not really relaxed. Like, he's almost like alert. So there's something that kind of alerts your attention this week. Or there's something that has alerted your attention. And I think some of you guys are going to be focusing on that this week. You're going to be focusing on clearing whatever it is that's putting you in high alert. Some of you may have read something. You may have read a text. You may have read an article. I'm just hearing somebody read something and it puts them in high alert. It makes them aware of something that they weren't seeing before with the Seven of Swords. There's some kind of truth that's being revealed to you through reading something this week. All right, and I'm seeing this maybe even having to do with like food. Like there could have been a promise made about food where like somebody said, hey, you know, I'm gonna go on this diet and I'm gonna be, you know, eating more clean or whatever. And then like you find like a secret stash of cookies in the pantry or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like somebody going back on their word and maybe like lying about it or trying to kind of keep it secret. But this specifically feels like a team effort. So it's like a couple or like a group of friends or a couple of people here. They decide to go on a diet together. It's like, okay, you know what? Let's do this together. Let's go to the gym every day. Let's work out, because there's a lot of vigor here with the fire energy, with the wands. That's about vigor. This is about action, activity. So there may have been an activity that two people agreed upon here that somebody didn't fully commit to. Somebody isn't fully committing to it with the Seven of Swords, and they may not be completely honest about it. So again, two people decide to go on a diet together. One person is secretly snacking on cookies, you know what I mean, while the other person's sticking to the diet. It's that kind of energy. Like, I don't necessarily know if this is like super huge where it's like, oh my God, like this is the end of the world kind of information. Like, no. I feel like it incites feelings of like frustration and maybe annoyance. And I think for some of you, like you may wake up to like the truth of who this person is, or like you may wake up to like a quality of a person that you didn't see before, because the Seven of Swords is all about not seeing something and then seeing it, especially with the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, because these are about honesty and truth. So there's an energy of somebody coming forth and exposing a truth, maybe through their action. I don't necessarily feel like this has a lot to do with somebody telling you the truth about something. I feel like the truth lies in their actions. All right, and again, the otter is fully aware, like he sees it. So this is for somebody who has already kind of had an intuitive feeling about this. Like you may have already kind of had a sense of this person's energy. Because the otter is a water energy, so this is somebody who's very intuitive. You could have strong water placements in your chart, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You could also be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm picking up strong fire energy here. So comment down below and let me know what your zodiac sign is, what your element is. But I feel as though there's just somebody here who kind of intuitively senses something before it happens. Because if you also kind of notice this little aura around the otter, it's like there's something in the field of perception before he's able to witness it. Like he's sensing these colors, he's sensing this energy. It's in his field of perception, it's in his field of awareness, even though it may not be fully formed yet. So there's something here that you're predicting, guys. Like there's something here that like you've already kind of had a feeling about it, you've already gotten a sense of it. There's a whiff of something, because if you notice, like these colors and these hazes almost look kind of like a scent or like a smell. Like if smell had color. It just feels like there's something that is off and you sense it. There's something here that you're kind of getting like a spidey sense before it happens. All right, and this could also be for a relationship as well. Like some of you could be sensing that you're going to meet your twin flame, or you could be sensing that you're going to meet your soulmate really soon. Like maybe you've been having dreams, but then it's kind of like you shut it down and you're just like, no, like I'm lying to myself. Like this isn't going to happen for me. I'm seeing something around that. If you're dealing with something where you're dreaming about somebody, I feel like they're dreaming about you too, because you have the law of reciprocity, even if they're not telling you anything. So this could also be somebody who's saying, you know, I'm not into you. I'm not into this relationship. Like, I don't want to make this work. Like, I don't want to be with you. But their actions prove otherwise. Like, maybe they're always there to bat for you. This doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing. They could be like, oh, I never think about you. But, like, deep down, they're always thinking about you. You know? It's just this vibe of somebody who is not following through with their word, regardless of what that word is. Okay, I think if you're dreaming of somebody, I think if you're thinking of somebody a lot, I think they're thinking of you too. There's an energetic connection in a sense here between these two energies because they're so complementary. You've got the king and the queen. You've got them together in the same spread. So this is somebody who is very, very connected to you. There's no such thing as lying to this person. There's no such thing as this person lying to you because you guys are so energetically in tune. I'm hearing you can't lie to me because I see you. I see right through you. You could be telling somebody that this week or vice versa. And like I said, I don't think this is information that like ends a relationship. For some of you, maybe. I don't know if it's going to be like that detrimental, but there may be some information or like a situation where you see somebody's actions not really matching up with their words. And it may cause you to kind of distance yourself a little bit. Maybe not forever, but I think some of you guys may create some space from somebody who hasn't necessarily been reciprocating or their actions haven't been aligned with what they've been saying they're going to do. But again, I don't think it's forever. I think for some of you, this may be a short separation to kind of wake this person up of like, listen, like you're going to either reciprocate or you're not going to have me at all. Because I'm a privilege. All right, somebody's saying that this week. I'm a privilege. It's a privilege to be with me. It's a privilege to have me around. So I think somebody's really putting their foot down this week. And saying, listen, like you're going to give me what I want, or you're going to reciprocate the energy I've been giving you, or I'm going to walk. This could have to do with a job as well. Some of you could feel like, you know, maybe there's a situation in a business partnership where you're putting in more work than your business partner. Or a circumstance at work where you feel like you're kind of carrying the weight of the team. You know, I'm seeing somebody going and reading like the company guidelines. Somebody's going to go back and read a contract to kind of make sure that all of their bases are covered with something. And I think this has to do with work. Because there may be a situation where you just feel like you're being exploited a little bit. And I think some of you guys are maybe even going to be pushing legal action against a circumstance where you've been exploited. And I do see you winning. I feel like especially if this is a circumstance where it feels like all of the odds are against you, I feel like you're going to come out on top. But I do see a situation where somebody's actions are not lining up with their words. They're telling you one thing and they're doing something different. And I think some of you guys are going to maybe be calling out that behavior this week, or you're just going to be distancing yourself from somebody who displays that behavior. Because for some of you, you may not even say anything to this person. Like you may just pull back and just be like, let's see how my absence affects them. My absence speaks more than my words will. That's somebody's mood, somebody's energy. They're like, I don't even want to deal with this person. Like, I'm just going to pull away and let my action speak for itself. Let me pulling away speak for itself. And this person's gonna look for you with the otter, right? Like this person is going to, if you pulled away from somebody, if you've kind of quietly pulled away from somebody, I feel like they're going to be coming after you. Like they're going to be attempting to rectify a situation where, you know, this situation may have caused you to pull away. Because I feel like this is not the first time for some of you, like especially if this is a situation where it's been constant. I don't want to say lying, because that's not what this feels like. It doesn't feel like somebody's just flat out lying. It feels like somebody who is irresponsible. And they're like, oh, I'm going to get this done. And oh, I promise I'm going to follow through with this. And they just never do. And it's frustrating. And I think some of you guys have told this person time in and time out. And I think for those of you who decide to quietly pull away from this person or subtly pull away from this person, I think it's because you've already told them a number of times the things that they've been doing wrong, or the things that have been kind of like unmet. But I do feel like you guys are going to be properly dealing with an irresponsible person this week. All right. And I think it's going to really open this person's eyes to something that they weren't seeing before, because I don't pick up that this person's bad. I don't pick up any malicious energy from this, because you got the otter. The otter is really cute, right? Like the otter may be a little bit, we'll say airheaded, for lack of a better word, slow to catch on. All right, the otter may be a little bit slow to catch on, but the otter doesn't mean harm. The otter always means well. You know, so like this person doesn't give me like a malicious vibe. It just feels like they might be a little bit careless and irresponsible. And I think some of you guys are going to be dealing with that, or not dealing with it. For some of you, you may just pull away completely. But I do feel like some of you guys are going to be expressing yourself in a situation where you have been putting in a lot into this relationship, and somebody has been really dropping the ball. And I think this is going to cause this person to wake up and see something that they weren't seeing before. But that is what I'm seeing here, Group 1. If you'd like to book a personal reading, go ahead and check out my website down below in the description box. You can book your first personal reading for 50% off when you use the code Empress. Also, check out my Patreon, guys. Check out my channel. I have other readings on there. I'll also link my Patreon in the description box below. But aside from that, comment down below and let me know how this reading resonated with you, because I would love to know. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.